Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a bag. To make this bag, we are going to need the following materials. The templates I have already cut out. This is for the main panel, this is for the side panel, and this is for the bottom panel. We are also going to need zip for this bag, so I've cut out the zip for the main closure and for the zipper closure that is going to be on the lining. We are going to need a lining. I'm using suede for the lining. See how beautiful it is. I decided to go for blue because the Ankara fabric I'm using here has some mixture of blue in it. We're also going to need leather. You can use any leather of your choice. I'm using a thick leather here because I don't have to stabilize it. You're going to be using this hard leather material for the Ankara print because Ankara print we are using is a very light material, so we'll need something to kind of stabilize. We're going to need gum. We are going to need about 6 of these rings. Okay, we're also going to need rivet. We're also going to need hooks for the adjustable strap, so we are going to need 2 of them. Bottom stud, 4 of these. We're going to need this for the zip, 2 of them. We need one for the main bag closure and this for the inner zipper pocket. So these are basically what we are going to need for this bag, this beautiful Ankara bag. Please watch to the end to see how we're going to finish this bag. I'm using this because it's quite flexible for me to work with. This is the main template. I'm going to place it on the leather here. Just place it there and I'm going to trace out this pattern. I'm just going to use this plank and place it on it so that it does not move. I'm trying to trace this pattern on this thick leather I'm using for the stabilizer. We are going to cut out 2 of these. Are the one I'm going to wrap with Ankara for the main panel. I'm going to be using this black leather for the side panels, the bottom, the handles as well. So I'm going to place it on it and trace out this template. I'm going to cut out this now. I'm sorry for the noise because the area I am is close to the road, so you're always going to be hearing the sound of vehicles, moving vehicles and automobiles. This is the bottom panel. This one we are going to be attaching our bottom stud. Also, I'm going to be stabilizing this bottom panel with thick leather because it's the part that is going to be carrying most of the weight of the bag. I basically did, I just traced around the templates for the side panel. So I'm just going to cut out this now. So I've basically cut them out. So this one is for the side panel. I actually wrote them out so that it will not be confusing. This is the bottom panel. These two are for the main panel. These are the ones we are going to be wrapping with Ankara fabric. I'm going to keep these three aside. We are not going to wrap this with Ankara fabric. Guys, this Ankara fabric is so fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm using this brush. This brush looking somehow. So I'm just going to take my comb. Once you finish applying gum, allow it to dry for some time, 5 to like 10 minutes, so that it can stick and gum properly when you put it on the Ankara print you are using. I'm just going to cut out from the Ankara print a bit, the one I'm going to be working with, so it will be easy for me to work with it. This is the right side of the Ankara. That is the side that is going to be on top of the table, and the wrong side is going to be facing off. Once you've laid it, just kind of use your hand to press it down and smoothing out the wrinkles. You can see it has a whole lot of wrinkles on it. So what you can do to get rid of this wrinkle, you can remove it like this and replace it. And if you don't want too much of these wrinkles, one other thing you can do is you can iron your Ankara print before placing it. My Ankara print is already getting squeezed. Turn it again like this. You don't have to leave excess material. We are not folding in like this. So I'm just going to trim around it. Place it on it. Kind of use my hand to smoothen it out, then turn. I'm going to trim around it now. So you have our two panels ready now. I cut the two out from the same Ankara to kind of make the bottom harden. So I'm going to stabilize it with it. I actually reduced it in length and in width by half an inch, so it doesn't get on our way by the time we are sewing with our machine. So before I attach this one, I'm going to fix my bottom studs. This is the bottom. To place the bottom feet, I'm going to take 3.5 inches from the edge by 1 2/4 inch. So I just take 3.5 by 1 2/4. Yeah. Then make another mark. Then cross like a cross mark. It's like I'm going to insert 4 bottom studs. So this is the one we are using, the second one. Now this. We've gotten our first spot that we are going to insert this. So I'm going to be using this seam ripper to kind of poke holes, little holes on this. Be careful when poking holes so that when you insert your stud, they won't fall off from the bag. Okay, then I'll take the stud from the back. I'm going to insert it. Can you see it now? Then I'm going to come to, before I put it down like this, there's something I'm going to do. I'm going to put gum on it. It kind of secure the stud. So on it, you can also use your cello tape for this purpose. It will help you secure your stud in place. Takes it. All right, so I'm going to do the rest 3 now. I'm just going to poke holes in this cross mark. So guys, as I said before, you can use your cello tape you don't have gum or your double-sided tape. So you just kind of make them stay in place. Press it tight like this, then clip on. Then you open. So the next thing I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to put this as a stabilizer. I'm putting just one piece of this. Ensure that it's like half an inch less than the main bottom panel. I use two to stabilize it if it's not hard enough. So I'm just going to use one of this because it's very thick. I'm going to apply gum here and on this. Then I'll place this on it like this. So this is going to be our bottom panel. So I'm going to put it aside. Take this one. So I'm going to be using this template to cut out the handle and the strap, these straps here. So this measured 11.5 inches by 4 inches. Because I'm going to be using a light leather, I'm going to make it 4 inches in width because I'm going to be folding it into 4. If you are using a thick leather, you can cut 2 inches in width instead of 4 inches. I'm going to use this template to cut out 4 straps. So I'm just going to cut this. These 4 pieces are for the strap, and it measures 4 by 11.5 inches. And these 2 pieces are for the handle of the bag, and it measures 4 inches by 22 inches. So I'm going to apply gum on the wrong side, then fold down. Let the gum to get dry. So once it's dry, to fold it into the middle of these pieces that we've cut out. Fold the edge, this edge, towards the middle, and you're going to bring the two together. Clip them together. So we're going to do the rest. Fold this towards the middle. Then you do the same here. Then you can use your hammer. These are the 4 straps. These are the ones for the handles. So I'm just going to fold them like this. I've finished applying gum at the middle. I'm just going to fold them like this. Is it? I'm going to do the second one, which is the last one. So these are the rings. I'm going to put the strap into the ring. Remember, this was 4 inches. I folded it into 4, and this ring I'm using is 1 inch ring. It's 1 inch. So that means this is just going to go in freely. It's going to be like this. This I'm going to place it. So this like what it's going to look once I've sewn it. These are the handle. I'm going to stitch the 2 of them. So when I get to this point, I'll just back stitch to kind of secure it in place. Then I will turn to sew the other side of the strap. I'll be able to prepare the 2 main panels. I've done the bottom panel and I have stabilized it at the side panels. I'm going to be using leather for the side panels. I've also been able to cut out the lining. So the measurement for the external body that we cut out is the same measurement you are going to use for the lining. This zipper panels measures 1.5 inches by 12 inches. So I'm needing 2 of them. These are the cut out for the lining. These 2 are for the lining main panels. These 2 are for the side panels. This one is for the bottom panel. I'm going to be placing these 2 straps on this bag. These are like the handle holder. You know where the strap is going to be placed. You take your measurement from the length. It's going to be 3 inches from the edge of the length. So you take 3 inches from this, and from the top I'm going to take 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. So it's going to be somewhere around here. Okay, so this mark that I made before, you can clean it off. So I'm using a silver pen. Any mark this silver pen makes is cleanable. You can use water and a piece of cloth to just clean this off. So once you've made the mark, this cross mark, I'm just going to place it at the center of it like this, and it's below that mark that I made, that 1.5 inch. Then I'll ensure it's straight, highball it and ensure it's straight. You can just draw a line, a kind of rectangular line, which is going to act as a guide. I'm just going to make measurement on the second side. From this side, you're going to measure 3 inches. And from the top, you are going to measure 1.5 inches. And you make a cross mark. I'm going to be sewing the strap to this body now. Guys, I've sewed the strap to the main body of the bag. The second panel has been done. To put rivets on this bag, it's optional anyway. It's kind of had a bit of security into it. So this is the tool I'm going to use to poke hole on it, and I'm using my hammer and a plank. This is size 1. This is the smallest size. So you just put it very close to the ring and the middle of it. Then you use your hammer to hit. This is the part of the rivet that is going to be at the back, and this is going to be at the front. This is the one to be seen. So I'm going to pass this through the back like this. Then I'll put this on it like this. So this is the tool I'm going to be using. Some places use hammer to kind of just hit it in place, but this is the tool I got it from AliExpress at a very cheap rate. Take my plank, place it on the table. I'm going to take this, place this on top like this, and just take this and hit it in place. It's secured now. So I'm going to do the rest just the same way I did this. Take from the back, and I'm going to put this and use this with my hammer to hit it in place. You know where you're going to place the D-ring holders? You are going to take a measurement from the top of the main panel 2 inches down, and you make a mark, just a mark at the edge on one side. Then you do the same on the other side, inches, 2 inches, just like you did in the first one. I'm going to be placing the D-ring holder like this, and I'm going to just stitch on this point to hold it in place. So when stitching, don't move it like this and stitch, because the machine might not catch some parts of it. You can move it a bit down, like a 1/4 of an inch down, so that your machine can sew through. So we just go to the machine and just sew like 1 or 2 stitches on it to hold it in place. We are going to do that for the 4 D-ring holders. Do you see the mark? This mark that we made previously, I'm going to place it below that mark. Take it out a bit, like a 1/4 of an inch, then sew to just hold it in place. Trying to base them in place. I'm going to be using this machine to sew the side panel to the main panel. The measurement for the side panel, the length is the same thing for the measurements of the main panel. I'll lay them side by side, clip. I'm going to be sewing at 1/2 inch. You can make a measurement if your matching foot does not have that guideline, that 1/2 inch mark. So just make a mark on it and follow that mark. Stitch. So I'm sewing the second side panel now. I'm going to mark 1/2 inch out. Stitch length is going to be 1/2 inch. So I'm going to sew the other panel to it now. That's it. I'm just going to ensure that the right side of this is on the right side of this. The right sides are facing each other. So you position down like this and clip. I've made 1/2 inch mark on it. This way I'm going to sew. This line here is the line I'm going to sew on. I'm going to back stitch first. I've sewn the side panels to the main body of the bag. It's time to attach the bottom panel now. I've cut notches at the middle of the bottom panel. So I'm just going to take the bottom panel, the notch that I've cut here, and place it on this notch, the right side facing each other, and I'm going to clip them in place. Going to sew now. I have to move the camera so you can see what I'm doing because the bag was kind of blocking your view. So I'm just back stitch. When you get to where the strap is, back stitching to make it strong. Thank you guys for watching the part 1 of this video. This video is actually split into 2, part 1 and 2. I really don't want the video to be too long. So in the part 2 of this video, I'm going to be teaching you on how to fix the top zipper closure, the lining, which is going to have some pockets inside, and also the adjustable strap. Turn on your notification bell to get notified anytime I upload the part 2 of this video. Have a nice time and bye.